The Great Ocean Road is 243 kilometres of stunning coastline, so it's no surprise that the region is famous for its seafood. I want to celebrate this with my friend and local chef, Matt Germanchis. Together we're going to cook some beautiful king prawns in a brown butter sauce, Matt's Cray crispy sandwich with Thousand Island dressing and some rustic duck fat potatoes. It's Christmas time and there's nothing more Aussie at Christmas than a big plate of seafood and some delicious duck fat potatoes. I've got these amazing red gem potatoes. These are incredible. Look at that. What's so good about them is they're covered in their dirt, so they last longer in the pantry. And I'm going to wash these, leave the skin on, and show you my hints and tips on creating the best spud dish ever. Now, I admit washing potatoes is nobody's favourite job, but it doesn't take too long. So we'll get our pot on, which is pretty exciting. A nice handful of salt. Season that water. I'm going to pop our potatoes in. The way I was taught to cook veggies, if they grow above ground like peas or beans, put them in boiling water. But if they grow underground, like these spuds, put them in cold water. Put our lid on. Now we've got our awesome Whirlpool induction stovetop here. Installing this Whirlpool induction stove has been an absolute game changer. Not only does it get to the boil up to 50% faster than traditional cooktops, they're also more energy efficient, keeping those power bills down. So skins are off, ready to drain. Now we're going to take them over to the sink and get them ready for the duck fat. Drain the spuds in a colander and let them cool down enough to handle. Then cut them up. You slice whichever way you like. I like lengthways because they look pretty good on the plate. So look at that lovely skin coming off. You want that skin and that roughness there because that's going to capture all the duck fat and create a really nice crispy spud. Pop them back into the pot. Put in a generous amount of Love-A-Duck duck fat and season with pepper and salt. Just a little bit because remember we seasoned the water. A bit of salt, and then we're going to put our lid on and then we're going to rough it. We've got our spuds. It's a good workout for the core. Engage the core and get your spuds happening. Whew. Got a bit of work. And there we go. And that is how you want your spuds. You really want to rough them up, and that mashed potato and the duck fat creates this lovely crust around this potato. So that when you do cook it and catch your breath, it creates a lovely deep crust, and that's what you want. Transfer to a pan lined with baking paper. Chuck in some fresh sage and then into the oven they go till they're crispy and delicious. Hey! How are you?
Good. I have
Yeah, what do you got for us?
a little box of goodies for you
Really?
today. Yep. I've
It
brought
looks
some
impressive.
great little king prawns
Amazing Aussie king prawns, delicious.
and a fabulous little cray. Eh?
What a
All of it.
showstopper.
I know. Look at that.
Nice and fresh. I've never seen it look so amazing. You're going to teach me how to cook this crayfish because, a little admission here, I always buy them off Matt already cooked because he's got Fish By Moonlite on the Great Ocean Road, best fish shop in the world.
Thanks for that.
No, it's true. I'm calling it. I'd
only
put
'cause
money
you're a
on
local,
it. No,
that's all right.
I miss you when you go and leave.
That's all right.
How do you cook a crayfish?
Crayfish is simple. First of all, I go by weight.
Yep, like
Okay.
like a leg of lamb. You go,
Like a leg of
500
lamb.
grams.
Yep. And the best thing about it, it's about a fraction of the time, 8 to 10 minutes per kilo.
That's amazing. 8 to 10 minutes per kilo.
Yeah, per kilo.
So how much does this little guy weigh?
That's about 900 grams.
So that's your Christmas sorted. In 10 minutes, you've got an impressive dish which will blow everyone away and it tastes delicious. And how do you serve? What's your favourite way to serve a crayfish?
Like most seafood I do, as simple as possible.
Yep.
Today I'm going to do this sort of crazy little, no,
Cray.
not crazy, but little fancy little Thousand Island dressing.
I love it. I am beyond excited to eat this bad boy, so I've grabbed a big pot and brought it to the boil. And now I want to put the crayfish in, but Matt has another idea.
No, what I do first,
Yeah.
think about seafood. Where's it come from?
The sea.
That's right.
So you've got to
What?
put some salt in it.
That's right.
Like
so
the
we've got to
sea.
think about what the salt level
Right.
is of the sea,
Right.
which is about sort of 2% of how much water you're putting there.
Right, that's me told. So in goes the salt and the bay leaf, fresh and dried, doesn't matter. And in goes our beautiful fresh cray. Now for those prawns. Now we're going to get these prawns. What's the best way to prepare a prawn?
So I always get down the tail,
Yeah.
okay, and you sort of got to peel from the legs.
I reckon Matt's forgotten more about seafood than most of us could hope to know.
But,
Can you leave the tail on?
yeah, you can leave
Yeah, I like the tail. So having this masterclass is an awesome opportunity to ask the big questions. How do you get the poo shoot out?
Now, so don't be afraid. Like you can just see how you can just rip.
Oh,
the
yeah,
poo
so
shoot out.
and it comes right out of its head.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
don't
good.
be afraid.
Don't be afraid 'cause it
And
catch,
so what you
doesn't
want to
it?
do, you want to sort of open up the cutlet
Yep.
a little bit like that. It will butterfly out a little bit, imparts flavour when you cook your little
More
sauce.
surface area
Yeah,
for the
that's
sauce
what
to
it's all
hide
about.
into. Now that we've got that sorted, I can peel the rest of these prawns while Matt makes his famous Thousand Island dressing. But I'm going to have to be quick because this is seriously easy to make.
Mayonnaise in, tomato sauce in,
Tomato sauce.
sriracha in, brandy in, Worcestershire in, and a little flicker of Tabasco.
Oh no, quick,
Here
see?
we go, just a couple of little sprigs
See,
there. Mix it all in.
There you go. That took the same amount of time it took me to peel 2 prawns. Don't forget the crayfish. Pop it into icy water to stop the cooking and get it cool enough to chop. How do we prepare a crayfish?
Okay, Em, put your hand firmly on the body,
Yep.
and then you can sort of like do a bit of a twisting action.
Right. Beautiful.
Now we've got the head there, it's beautiful.
Delicious.
Now, Em, I use a bread knife
Yep.
because to me it acts as like a saw, and you don't, when you sometimes use a knife, some people don't have sharp knives.
Yes.
So it'll either slip or it will crush the meat inside of it. So
Right.
here we just use a nice, and let the knife do the work. That's what it is. So you just keep going.
Nice. Done that before.
In half, and look at that.
Look at that. That is magnificent. We'll let that cool for a minute while we make our brown butter sauce for the prawns.
Where's the butter?
It's on the microwave, Duck.
Oh, there we
Not
go.
in the fridge because the fridge is full. Browning butter is simple. You just need to melt the butter in a saucepan and whisk it when it begins to bubble. I love this organic Milk Co salted butter. It is locally made in Victoria.
Yep.
It's organic.
And nothing's better than, like, you need a good butter for it.
You need a good butter.
Because it's the hero.
The milk solids will slowly turn brown, and when it's ready, it gives off a mouth-watering, nutty aroma.
Em, I think we're pretty much there. Can you smell?
You can smell that. That smell is really
it's
nutty
like that nut
and
caramel.
it's delicious.
You know what I mean? All right.
And that is how you do it right. Cook the prawns on a hot frying pan with olive oil and season to taste.
The best way to cook a prawn, you sort of want it about 60 to 70% one side.
Yeah.
Then you flip it and cook it about 30% the other side.
Love that. Once you turn the prawns, add a squeeze of fresh lemon juice and your perfectly brown butter and garnish with parsley.
A little pinch of parsley.
A little pinch of parsley.
Always brings freshness to a dish. And we sort of need to cut a little bit of that fat out.
Yeah.
Parsley is a great navigator for that.
To me, this is the true magic of Christmas, preparing good food with good friends.
I'm always a little bit generous with my crayfish because
That's how you make friends, isn't it?
that's how you make friends.
Playing with the beautiful produce we have all around us and having a bloody good time doing it. Chin chin.
Beautiful, thank you.
Oh my God.
No, I'm getting into this. That's crazy.
That's good. That's how
here.
Christmas
Should be spent.